Welcome. In this video, we will see how to plot rational numbers of the form P by Q on number line. Before we start doing that, let's recall some information. Let's first see difference between fractions and rational numbers. Fractions are a part of whole. If we have a fraction A by B, then A and B must be natural numbers. Fractions can't be negative. Example 3 over 4, 1 half. These are fractions. Now let's move to rational numbers. Rational numbers are numbers of form P by Q, where Q can't be 0 and P and Q must be integers. So negative 1 by 2 can be a rational number because both numerator and denominators are integers, but this is not a fraction. Fraction must have natural numbers in numerator and denominator. Here negative 1 is a integer, not a natural number. All fractions are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not fractions. Now let's see type of fractions. Proper fraction. If we have a fraction and its numerator is less than its denominator, so that fraction is a proper fraction. Example 1 half, 3 over 4. These are proper fractions. What these fractions are representing? These are representing some part of whole object. Let's see how we can understand fractions. Here, for example, we have taken 1 half. Now, to understand this, we take a whole object. Here, we have taken a rectangle. Now, what will we do? We divide this rectangle into as many parts as we have denominator in our fraction. Here, you can see we have divided this whole object into two parts. Now we take as many parts as numerator in our fraction. That portion will represent our number 1 half. Now this green part is representing our number 1 half. Let's see 3 over 4. Here we have taken a whole object, divided it into as many parts as we have denominator. Here denominator is 4, so we divided it into 4 equal parts. Now we take as much part as the numerator. So here we have taken 3 equal parts. So this green portion is representing the number 3 over 4. Since these numbers are representing something and they are positive, so they are greater than 0. But they are representing some part of one whole object, so they are less than 1. So proper fractions are always in between 0 and 1. Let's see improper fractions. If we have any fraction whose numerator is greater than its denominator, so we call that fraction improper fractions. Example 3 over 2, 7 over 4, etc. Here you can see the numerator of both fractions are greater than its denominator. So what these numbers are representing? Let's see fraction 3 over 2. Here we have a whole object. Now we divide this object into as many parts as denominator of our fraction. Here denominator is 2, so we divide this object into 2 equal parts. Now we count as many parts as numerator. So we have 1, 2, but numerator is 3. We need more parts. So what we will do? We take another object. So here we have taken another object. Now we count remaining number of parts needed. So this is the third part. So these green parts are representing the number 3 over 2. See 7 over 4. So here we first take a whole object, divided it into as many parts as denominator. So denominator here 4. So we divided it into 4 equal parts, and now we count. So this is the first part, this is the second part, this is the third part, and this is the fourth part. But Our numerator is 7. So we have to count up to 7. So we need more parts. So what we will do, we take another object, we divided it into 4 equal parts, and now we count leftover. 5, 6, 7. So here green parts are representing the number 7 over 4. From these two examples, we can see that improper fractions are representing some whole and some fractional part. So the question is, how can we locate these numbers on number line? So here we have one whole object. So we go one unit rightward from 0. So our fraction is going to be in between that whole number and the next whole number. So 3 over 2 is going to be in between 1 and 2. So now we can say if we have a improper fraction, so that fraction is going to be in between a whole part and the next whole part. Be careful, here we are talking about fractions. So same goes for positive rational numbers. But for negative numbers, instead of going rightward, we move leftward. We see that in examples. Now, in order to locate improper fractions on number line, we need to represent them into their whole part and their fractional part. How can we do that? We can do that by converting these fractions into mixed fractions. Let's see mixed fractions. So mixed fractions are mix of whole part and fractional part. If we have any improper fraction, we can convert them into a mixed fraction. Mixed fraction will look like a whole part, fractional part. Let's see how we can convert any improper fraction into mixed fraction. Let's see 3 by 2. Now in order to convert it into mixed fraction, we divide 3 by 2. So 2 times 1 is 2, we have 1 as a remainder. So how can we write this into a mixed fraction? So improper fraction is equals to quotient remainder over divisor. So 3 over 2 is equals to, here 1 is its quotient, so 1 is going to be its whole part, and the fractional part is going to be remainder over divisor. So here remainder is 1 and divisor is 2, so 1 half. Let's see one more example, 7 over 4. What we will do, we divide 7 by 4. 4 times 1 is 4, we have remainder 3. So now the quotient is going to be its whole part. So 1 remainder over divisor. So 3 over 4. Simple. Now let's see questions. So our first question is, so number 2 over 3 on number line. What we can notice here is that the numerator is less than its denominator. So this is a proper fraction. So we are sure that this number is going to be in between 0 and 1. So let's draw number line from 0 to 1. Here is our number line. Now look at denominator. It's 3. This tells us to divide the distance between 0 and 1 into 3 equal parts. How can we do that? We mark 2 points equidistance. So this number line is going to be divided into 3 equal parts. 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Now look at its numerator, which is 2. This tells us to jump 2 steps forward from 0. So 1 step and 2 step. So this position is representing our number 2 over 3. What we have done, we first identify that it's a proper fraction. Now as we know it is a proper fraction, we draw a number line from 0 to 1. Now we look at its denominator. We divide 0 and 1 into 3 equal parts. Now we look at its numerator, which is 2. So we move 2 step forward from 0 and then we got our point 2 over 3. Now we have our next question, plot 7 over 4 on number line. We look at this number and we see that numerator is greater than its denominator. So this is a improper fraction. So in order to plot this number on number line, we first convert it into mixed fraction. So 7 over 4, we divide 7 with 4. 4 times 1 is 4, so here remainder is 3. So the quotient is its whole part and remainder over divisor is fractional part. So 7 over 4 is equals to 1 and 3 over 4. So what we can notice from this mixed fraction, that our number is going to be in between 1 and its next whole number 2. So let's draw our number line. This is our number line. The whole part is showing that the number is past 1. Now we have to look at its fractional part. So we look at its denominator, which is 4. So we divide a distance between 1 and 2 into 4 equal parts. Now we look at its numerator, which is 3. Now we count 3 from 1. So 1, 2 and 3. So this point is our 7 over 4. Next question is, show negative 2 over 3 on number line. Pay close attention. Here we have negative sign. So the rules remains exactly the same, but instead of moving right to the 0, we move left to the 0. Let's draw our number line. Since it is a proper fraction with minus sign, it is smaller than 0 and bigger than negative 1. Look at its denominator. It is 3. So we divide the distance between 0 and negative 1 into 3 equal parts. For that, we mark 2 points. Now look at its numerator. It is 2. So we count 2 steps leftward from 0. 1 and 2. So this point is representing our number minus 2 over 3. This is our next question. If we ignore its negative sign, it is an improper fraction. So let's first convert it into mixed fraction. Negative 7 over 4 is equals to negative 1, 3 over 4. We have already discussed, if we have a negative number, instead of going rightward to the 0, we go leftward to the 0. Okay, let's draw our number line. This is our number line. The whole part is a negative 1 and the next leftward integer is negative 2. So our number negative 7 over 4 is going to be in between negative 1 and negative 2. So we focus in the interval negative 1 and negative 2. Look at remaining fraction 3 over 4. Here denominator is 4. So we divide the distance between negative 1 and negative 2 into 4 equal parts. We can do that by marking 3 lines. Okay. Now 3 is the numerator of fractional part. So we move 3 steps leftward from negative 1. So 1, 2 and 3. This point is representing the number negative 7 over 4. Look at this number line. Focus on 1 and negative 1. Here negative 1 is negative counterpart of 1. They are same distance from 0. Same goes with other integers. If we see rational number on number line, we can see they also have their negative counterparts. Here you can see 2 over 3 has its negative counterpart negative 2 over 3. They both are equidistant from 0. Same with 7 over 4 and negative 7 over 4. This is homework question for you. Show 2 over 5 on number line and show negative 11 over 3 on number line. Solve it in your notebook. Write your understanding about the number 1 over 3 in the comment section. Thank you.